And bonjour to everybody. Welcome back to my dream house, the farmhouse. You know where we were. We were here yesterday, weren't we? Yes. Anyway, hello. We're going to be continuing on with a bit more building today. Last time, what we did was manage to get the patio area complete with all of the seating area, the fire pit, the dining space, and we chucked some more details around it as well. I still think there still needs to be something maybe placed in there, but I'm unsure as to what it is yet. So I'm just going to let it come organically as the build progresses. We also played around with a little bit of landscaping as well and just made the hill out the front of the house kind of come to life with a little bit more of a wildflower moment. And I did love it. I really did. Today, what we're going to be concentrating on is the rental area. So if you remember, we're doing this kind of Airbnb sort of like shepherd's hut. I want to go down the route of a shepherd's hut, but I want to make it look a little bit more Scandinavian, a little bit more of a classy vibe. So that's what we're going to go with. We're also going to be playing around with a lot of the landscaping and stuff in that field too, and just getting that whole area finished off. So we can then next week go into create the stables and the kind of like, I want to do an almost garage area where I could imagine Tom going out and doing a bit of woodwork. That sounds a bit filth, but he does love to play with wood. I'm leaving. Let's go and start building. Honestly, the filth that comes out of my mouth sometimes. Filthy. It really is. But here we are. We are back at the farmhouse, my darlings. And this is the area that we're going to be concentrating on the most today. So I've just put these markers out as a rough kind of guide. It might change. I might go a little bit bigger with it. I don't want it to be massive. I do want to get a double bed in there. Maybe some kind of little living area. It obviously needs a bathroom. I did pull this out here, which is part of Sibilet's Hortensia collection, because I was going to do a bit of like an outhouse. But because I'm going down the kind of Scandinavian kind of route now, I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to add on to this lot is a sauna. I think a sauna on this lot would be great. It'd be a nice pull for this to be, you know, you could bump the price up on the rental property, having a hot tub and a sauna. It would just be the vibe. It really would. So that's what we're going to be concentrating on today, including all of the landscaping and stuff around it as well. But yeah, last time, well, you know what we did last time. We did all of this area here. Look at me enjoying my book out the back here. I'm having a lovely time. I really am. But yeah, I think this came together really nicely. And as I said, I still think things might progress out here. But I think what we need to do is get into the interiors and stuff first before I make any decisions on what else to put outside as well. But for now, we're just going to keep it as it is. And as I said, let it progress organically. We are indeed. But yeah, that's it. That is indeed it. I think what I want to do first is make a start on the main structure itself. So we are going to get into a little bit of building. So first things first, let me flop up the reference image that we had beforehand of the rental property on that house that I loved. And I like it, but I don't think I'm going to go down that kind of black corrugated iron roof sort of vibe. I think what I want to do with this is have it a bit more, as I said, Scandinavian, so lots of like sort of pale woods. But I almost want it to look like it's kind of built within an older building. So again, maybe this was some kind of barn in this field or something, like a small sort of another stable perhaps. But they've kind of converted it into a rental property. So that's what we're doing today. Yes, Faradad. Right, we're going to make a start. So I'm going to whiffle along. And if you see me looking over, it's just because I'm getting some references from that actual reference image itself, to be honest. I think what I want to do is, I don't know if I want to go for a 5. I think I want to go for a 4, just to make it look a little bit smaller than what it is. I don't want it to be too much of a big building here. I think that should suffice here. Can we get any better lighting here? No, that's the best we can get. Okay, not too bad. So as I said, I wanted to make it look a little bit older. I wanted it to look older than what it is. So I think how we're going to do that is I'm going to try and differ the size of the roof line on the edges compared to in the middle. So it almost looks like we've had this sort of like new build or new roof put on in between it. Let's see if that would work. And then I'm going to plop you to there. I'm going to bring these up and then I'm going to maybe whiffle it down. Oh, no, just one, love. Don't go too far. And then go do that all the way across to there and then bring this one I'll flop that one on the end there as well. Let me see you. Yes, I think that might work. That could work. We'll see what happens with that. And I think what we need is a nice floor plan in here as well. It's going to be a very simple floor plan. So I think like a bedroom off to this side here would be perfect. And I think this would probably cater as a kind of kitchen and living area. But it does need a smaller toilet as well. I'm wondering whether or not to come out a little bit more with the toilet. Or I could just do like a little blue like that with a shower in. And do an outside bath. That could be a nice vibe here. Because it's very private in here. I reckon we could do that. I reckon we could have a nice outside bath and we could put a little screen or something in front of it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that indeed. But what I need to do now is test out some wallpapers and some roofing textures and get some doors and windows out for this rental property. So I changed my mind about the roof shape. It just wasn't working. So this is what we're going to do instead. Picked all the wallpapers and the doors so far, not so much the windows. We're going to go in with the windows a little bit later. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to flop this one across to here. I've also pulled the flaps down on this. Just pulled them right out. And then I'm a child. Then we're going to have a lovely skylight going into the main area. And we're going to keep the flaps up on that one. And then here, what we're going to do, put another roof piece like this along here. And that gives me like a barn aesthetic to me. Like a little, even like a little shed, a little sheep shed. We need a name for this as well, this area. We could call it it needs one of those like pretentious like Airbnb names, like the barn. No, the pig shed. Something like that, you know? I've stayed in way too many Airbnbs. We're going to use this brick from the Organic collection. And I think we're going to actually clad the interior with the wood that I'm using on this bit here, which is this texture, just to give it a bit more of a Scandi vibe on the interior. Put that all the way along to there. Love that, I do. And then these big glass slidey doors, we're going to put one into the bedroom, which is there. And we're also going to do one right in the middle, which is kind of the entrance into the main area itself. And I like that aesthetic. I think that's really nice. Very nice indeed. So as I said, I want to get this in here. And I think I want to do wood on the floor as well. And wood on the ceiling to kind of match in with the floor itself. So the wood in question on the floor, I don't really know what to do. Oh, this is kind of nice. This one here is very Scandinavian. I'm not sure about the colour though. The colour's not going to work. Oh, not a little bit too orange. I need some light in here. Now let's look at that wood. It might be a little bit too alpha. I don't hate it, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect for here anyway. So let's find a perfect wood. We're going to go for Charly Pancakes wood on the floor. I think it works really well with the walls. And I have put Pierisim's wooden ceiling up, but you know what the Sims 4 lighting's like. It makes it look 20 times more dark than what it is. But I'm going to keep it anyway. That's absolutely fine, yes. I like that. I do enjoy that indeed. So it's going to be a very wooden aesthetic in the interior, but I think it will really work. It very much will indeed. So we now need to think about where I want to put in some windows facing. I know it's only going to be facing a hedge here, but I think having like a really high window up on this point, like a long high window, would just bring in a little bit more greenery into this space, you know, so that's what I'm going to do. I might even try one of these, but I don't know if the colours are going to match in. I think I'd probably be safer in using the wonderful clean windows from Harrie. Do we have one without that border on, or has it only got that border? I don't mind if it has or not, but yes. And then we can use the same kind of matching windows to add one into the bathroom as well. Oh, it's because it was the wrong way around. Okay, well, I get you now. Okay, well, I'm going to flip you the other way around then, if that's okay. Thank you. I'll have the white on the outside. That's better. I like that. I do like the white border, but I just think that works a little bit better. Very nice indeed. And then maybe for the bedroom. Do you know what? I'm going to keep the bedroom as it is and make it a bit more snug. I'm not going to put any other windows here. I think with that big glass door there, it doesn't really need it anyway. Lovely. Okay. So let's get in a sauna. And I love these kind of saunas. I'll pop up a little reference image. You know, the kind of like sort of domey shaped ones. So I'm going to try and recreate maybe something that's very similar to that. So we've got the sauna out. Let's try and recreate as best as we can. It's not probably going to look perfect because I know what the roofing's like and the scaling with the Sims. It's going to look a little bit weird, but we're going to try it anyway. Wondering if I could go up either side with a roof piece, because that could make it look as similar as possible. Let's see what we can create. This could look okay. Let's try it. I've bent that roof piece in. I'm going to move this tree for the minute because it's doing my absolute tits in. Piss off. Right, you are going to come here. You're going to come around to this side as well. And then I think if we get like a curved roof piece on it, it should be okay. Right, you are going to flap all of these flaps in. I know the sort of reference image had this kind of like shape around it, and I don't know if I want to do that. We'll try it anyway and see what happens. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And then this one, let's go to a shift and see so I can kind of get a good bend going on here. And this one as well, please. Just bend you all up like this. Oh, actually, that's pretty cute. But I'm going to make it lower. Oh, I think we can do this, yes. But it is going to make me want to just move these up slightly so it fits in with that roof line. You need to go up just a tad more, my love. There we go, beautiful. And to save ourselves, I'm just going to copy it over and flop it in there. And I think I'm going to use the same wood as what we've got on the exterior of this, so it kind of like ties it together nicely. I think that's what I want to do. You need to come out, and you, Mr. Flap, need to go in. I'm going to keep it flap free on that side. Oh, that could be really cute, yes. And then this all the way around. And even in the interior as well, thank you. Oh, bye! Just disappeared. Yeah, I think that could work. And then maybe even using this, the tin roof on it. That's really nice, actually. I kind of like that. I do. I do indeed like that. But I might just change the colour of the trim just so it matches in with the wood there. I'm not going to do it on here. I prefer that being grey there, but yeah, that's a vibe. I do like that. So we need a door here, don't we? Oh, let's use this one here from the bathroom collection from Harrie and Felix. And I had lots of lovely Scandinavians say that a window in a sauna is not all, well, it's common. So we're going to do that as well. So thank you for teaching me something. Now, I always appreciate it when you guys like correct me if it's your culture and stuff and you want to say, oh, actually, no, we do have a lovely like window in our sauna, anything, you know, just to, I like to learn stuff. I love to learn stuff about other cultures. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yes. Okay. Again, need more detailing there, but we've got the bare bones there, haven't we? And we do need a hot tub. And I think I want to put the hot tub here. I don't really want to have it out the front or anything here. I don't think I do. We'll see what happens. I think I'm going to go for the in-game one. I kind of like the wooden sort of like detailing on this. And I do think it would be perfect here, to be honest. It would be a lovely little moment there. Yeah, I do think that's where I want it. And I do want to do an outside bath. I've been to an Airbnb before where it did have an outside bath. So I think that I want that to come across here as well. Yeah, I think we could. Where can we put the outside bath? I mean, it would be lovely here, wouldn't it? It's very private here. Oh, yes. Yes, let's do that. So let's find the perfect outside bath. This one would probably be the best. The one from the Snowy Escape pack. Because it's wooden, I just think it would be a nice vibe to have it here. I think I would want it around here, like surrounded by lots of like bushes and stuff, you know? Yes, and you could even fill that up and take a cold water plunge after your sauna. Oh, that's a vibe in itself as well. Yes, lovely. Well, we've got the bare bones of this like rental property down here now. I think that's nice. All of this space here, I'm going to keep like quite wild, but I would love some area, maybe a picnic bench where they can come and have like a picnic and stuff, and even like maybe even a dining table out here would be nice. But I would say a picnic bench will probably suffice a little bit more. I think that's going to be the ticket. It really will. But what we need to do to bring this to life is to do some landscaping and some terrain painting. Let's get that done. So I've pulled out a variety of beautiful, gorgeous things that I just think would work well in here. Lovely bit of landscaping. I've even brought out some mushrooms, some grass. We are going to do some bluebells underneath the trees and stuff, I think. And we're going to get on with some of the terrain painting as well. And what I'm going to do is just use this same kind of gravel drive and have this meander up here and have a little area out the front here where they can come and sit out with a fire pit as well. I think that would be a really nice vibe there too. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to crack on and you are going to watch. See you in a jiffy. Landscaping and terrain painting is all done. I like the way that it looks. You could see that I put in some sort of lighting all the way up just at the end as well. And I just think that just adds something to it. And I also pulled out some lighting for the actual build itself. And we've gone for the same lighting as what we've got in the actual farmhouse. Just to tie it all in together really. And I think it looks very nice indeed. And I put some lighting in the sauna area too. So this is all lit up lovely. Oh, I'm very much for it indeed. So just a few things here. And first, I thought this area here, rather than putting a picnic bench down this way, I think having some kind of like swing sort of seats there would be lovely underneath that tree. And we can put the picnic bench up on this area here. I think it just makes a bit more sense having it out the front of the house. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to add some of these in. I said I wanted to get some more planters in, and it's going to be the lavender. It's going to be the lavender of dreams. It really is, in that wonderful little pot. I wish this was an in-game item and not custom content, but you know, you can't have everything in life. You really can't. I'm not going to do any more around there. I think there's enough lavender around there, but just having it in front of the build looks lovely. Yes. Okay, so what I want here is a picnic bench. So that's what we're going to put in first. I'm going to get a nice, I'm going to maybe just use an in-game one. I do love the look of this one here. Yes, because it's got those comfy like throws on it as well. I think that would work. We'll put it this way. And then I'm going to bring out a barbecue for this area here as well. So maybe, I don't want to go for a big one here. I don't think it would make sense. I think maybe using a bit more of a fancier one like this could suffice. So you can have yourself a little barbecue at your Airbnb. Beautiful. In fact, no, I'm going to keep this here. I was going to put, because I do want to get a fire pit here as well. But I want some comfy looking chairs out here that still look like they could stay outside, you know, so I'm going to need to hunt for them. Oh, these ones here from Felix, from his Berlin collection. Yes, with this same fire pit as well. I might darken the fire pit down. Am I going to do that, or just go for a grey maybe? Oh yeah, kind of like that. Let's do that. And then I'm going to put just two. I reckon this is like a nice place for a couple to come on and have a little romantic getaway, you know, so let's just get two chairs out and put them quite close to each other so they can both sit there holding hands. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, my loves. Make sure to give the love to yourself first. Thank you. That is my little bit of advice for you for today. Yes, it is. Oh, I like that. That's very nice indeed. Yes, I think that's going to suit it perfectly. you know what? I'm happy with the outside. I think it's got everything that I would want in an Airbnb. The exterior, very nice indeed. So we're going to make a start on the interior itself. Now I've got a few ideas with this. I'm going to pop a couple of reference images up of somewhere where I've been and stayed down in Cornwall, and it was this old stone cottage that was done in the interior, very similar to how I've done this one here. So very kind of like wooden and Scandinavian and very minimal, and I really loved the vibe of it. So I'm going to try and portray that across in here and go for very much everything very wood. I would want it to be light and bright as well, so I'm going to go for very kind of like light furniture pieces and all of that kind of business. So that's what we're going to try and portray. So we need to find a perfect kitchen. So here we go. This is going to be the kitchen. I'm using Pierisim's Rodskov kitchen. Never know how to say that. Probably saying it completely wrong. But to that I'd say, who cares? I care. How do you say it? So I just love the wood on wood action going on. What is the filth? I do love a bit of wood on wood action, and we're going to carry on with it today. It is Valentine's Day after all, but I just love this against the wood. Now this all may be very much not to other people's likings, and to that I say, I don't care. It is to my liking. I'm going to add the air fridge where I just put it then, and I'm going to do a little bin just off to the side of it here like this. I have done a little bit of changing around as well. I've made the bathroom bigger. We're going to go for a full bathroom here. I just think it was perfectly fine to have a full bath in here, and I think it would be nice to have it as a romantic getaway and have a full bath as well, so it kind of makes sense. And I also changed the frontage here a little bit more. I just brought the wood over to this side, but still kept the stone on everything else, so it's still very much an old build that's been made new. But I just thought that looked nicer, so that's what I've been and gone and done. So we've got the kitchen in there. We're going to add a couple more details in. You can obviously see I've put up some little snacky pieces, freshly baked goods, and then rules of the house, Wi-Fi and all of that come with like the rental stuff. Just something nice. I just love having like something to eat as soon as I come into an Airbnb. I love when they do that, like a little homemade scone or something. It's such a great touch. I would do it if I ever had an Airbnb. So that's why I'm doing it here, because it's my dream home. And I thought a lovely little dining table in here as well. I'm going to put it to here. And yeah, they will have to kind of like walk around stuff, but they will still be able to get through everything. I'm sure that will work. But as always, I will player test it. Don't you worry. But I just love the look of that from the outside as well. That looks so sweet and lovely. And then I did like a little living area. I am going to put the rug underneath of the dining area though, rather than the living room. I think I want a sheepskin rug in here. And I did have thoughts with this. I think this is what I want to do. So I'm going to do a TV. I think this TV is a little bit too big, so I might size it down one like that. Yes. We're going to do a shelf above it and also a shelf below it, maybe a little bit lower so I can fit other things on it like that. We'll see how that handles it. And I thought a romantic getaway, for me, one of the biggest things that I always look for in these kind of places is a wood burner. So it's very tight. I've never tested this. What about if I put it to the side? Oh, that's just going to spoil it. I really wanted a wood burner in here. Do you know what I could do? I could I'm going to pinch a square out from the bedroom and maybe put it in there. Will that look really strange? Let's have a look. Oh, actually, that looks quite snug. But what I will do is probably bring in that brick and put it on this bit of wall here. And also on this back bit here, so it kind of looks like it's always been there, you know? Yes, they will be able to get in and use that as well then. But that means I do have to like sort of change where I want all of this to go. I'm going to pull this out a little bit more like this way, so that it's a little bit more central there. I did have a side table. Where did I put the side table? There you are. And maybe I could put that down the side here now instead. Yes. And I can put a lovely lamp on top of that. Yeah. And then nothing much up here. I just think like a few books, like a few like pamphlets and stuff. Like the local area, all of that kind of good stuff that you usually find in an Airbnb. A good Airbnb anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think that would be a nice vibe there. Oh, that looks nice. And then maybe just like a lovely little plant on top of this one. A lovely little trailing plant. I think I'm going to use my favourite. Whiffle it off to the side like that. Oh, yes. Not really keen on that colour in here, though. It needs to be lighter. Yes, that's better. That is very much better indeed. Yeah, I think that could work. I do want to do a little bit of work with the top of that, like that bit up there. But I think that's rather marvellous, to be honest. I really do. And I do want to get in, as I said, a little sheepskin rug just in the front area of this. I'm going to size that up a little bit. We'll take it up to a 1.3 and see where we get with that. That's a bit better, yes. And I think I want to change the colour to it. No, I don't. That's fine. I just plonk it right down in front of the actual sofa itself. Love this sofa, by the way. This is part of Pierisim's Woodland Ranch collection. I just think it's gorgeous. And fresh flowers. Fresh flowers I would definitely put in my Airbnb. So hydrangeas. That's a good idea because we've got hydrangeas around the actual place. So it kind of makes sense that we've been around and picked them maybe. But maybe go for a colour. Yes. Oh, I'm vibing with that. Very much am indeed. Now, I'm hoping, I know there's no free side here. I'm hoping the sim will use this to cook on. So I'm going to leave that side completely free. Or I could move this along because I really wanted to get a kettle in here. So I think we might have to move everything along one, which is fine. I do not mind that at all. Is that correct or is that correct? I have no idea. Let's have a little look. I think that's correct, which means we've got no space for the bin. But I will try and find a spot for the bin. Where could we put it? I mean, you could go here. I mean, we could put it by the door, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put it here by the door. I think that would be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Then it's out of the kitchen then as well. Yeah, there's a nice bit of workspace there now. Love that idea for us. So, as I said, I did want to get a little kettle in here. So I'm going to use that lovely new kettle. I'm going to go for this one. And I'm going to go for a black as well. I'll pop it in the corner like that. Gorgeous. And I don't want anything up on the walls. No, like utensils or anything out. I want it to be very kind of minimalist. But I love the vibe of it in here. Very much do indeed. So let me just finish off those final little details that I'm going to do along here. By means, I'm going to put up like a little bit of a wood sort of moment across here, I think. Just so it hides a bit of that seam. And then we're going to move on and do the bedroom. So before we move on to the bedroom and the bathroom, I just want to show you a few of the finishing touches that I've put in here. I tried to put up a little bit of wood there and it just didn't look right. So I'm just going to keep it as it is. Tried a few things, including a trim and stuff. It was not happening. I've bought some firewood in. We do need to push that in a little bit. I didn't realise it was that far out. I've put a little lamp down on this side here. And I've put a beam across the whole thing and put in that lovely light from Pierisim up there as well. Just to add in a little bit more light into here. And I'm vibing with it. Very much so indeed. So onto the bedroom. We're going to move on to the bedroom first. I'm going to put a bed in. Shocking. In a bedroom. Are you okay? I'm then going to also add in two of my side tables that I've used out in the kitchen and living area. And I'm going to flop these to here. And I'm going to use these globes from my wedding stories. They are outside lights, but I thought these would make smashing lights. So I'm going to flop these up on top of these side tables here. And look at those. I love them. Oh, yes. And then, as I said, I want to keep it very clean and white in here and fresh. So I'm going to flop you to here. I'm going to put in a little wardrobe over to the side here. And you can see I've put curtains in as well. I put curtains in on each side using the ones from the Desert Luxe pack. Just thought they fit the vibe very nicely. And then maybe just to finish off at the end of this bed, I wouldn't mind some kind of bench. And I think this one here from the Organic collection would be absolutely perfect because it's got some throws as well. Yes. Oh, I'm vibing with that. What a lovely, just simple bedroom. Lovely. Perfect for an Airbnb anyway. And then into the bathroom itself. So we're going to use the same bath as outside. The outside cool dip bath. We're going to plop it right to there. We're going to do the toilet there. I think it's going to go around about there, but I will whiffle it in slightly because we do need to get in a sink and also a shower. And I'm going to do it by means of this. And you can see I've put tile in this area here because it's going to be a bit of a wet room because I've decided to keep in the shower open. And a lovely, Oh, I love that shower in here. That's very nice. Yes, I think that could... No, I'm going to keep it there because I think the sim will be able to come and use that. I've already put towels up on the side here as well. Very nice indeed. I'm going to keep that light in here. It's nice and bright and airy. Oh, I'm for it. I tell you that much. I very much am. So just to finish off in here, I think what we need is a little mirror just above the sink area here. Maybe this one here would work. Oh yes, because it's got the gold on it. Oh, it's going to eat into that tap. Of course it is. For goodness sake. Maybe I could do the circle instead then. I do like this one. This is practically identical to the one that I've got at home myself. So yeah, not really enjoying the black accent on it, but we're going to go for it anyway. It's absolutely fine. And I think in the actual shower itself, we need some kind of toiletry. I would imagine it comes with complimentary toiletries. So I'm going to pop up. Where are you? And here she is. Some complimentary toiletries. Let's pop them just there. Yes. Oh, perfect. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. I really am. I love the modernity to it. I really do. So that's it. We are done with the kind of like rental area, my sweets. Gorgeous, gorgeous things. I still need to put a little bit of landscape on the outside of this. But I think I'll concentrate on that once we get to this like middle sort of like woodland area that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a few more bushes and stuff. Maybe a couple of more trees around here as well. But that's what we're going to be cracking on with next week. We're going to do the stable field, the stables and the little woodworking shed that I'm going to do for Tom. And we're going to concentrate on this front drive area here as well. So we'll do all of that in kind of one part. I think that'd be a nice little part. And then we're going to be moving into the interiors. And I'm going to go on the hunt for lots and lots of reference images that I really want for my dream farmhouse. Marvellous, marvellous start today. It really was. But that's it, my sweethearts. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I really do. Leave me some lovely comments down back below. And I'll be back tomorrow with a speed build. Thank you. Goodbye.